17th century monastery, genuine 17th century tiles, and into a genuine 17th century monkish cell with a genuine 21st century monkey. Good morning, Mr. Bloor.
Good morning, Mr. Bloor.
Have you seen Paddington yet?
No, absolutely not. It'd be Paddington Inca if he was here.
Yes.
Somebody Inca.
And this is our padded cell, or our Paddington cell. With Inca draperies right up to the genuine original rafters. And unlike at home, if you had ceilings this tall, without a genuine Inca spider's web. Beautiful tiled floor, solid furniture, luggage just hastily unpacked, and into the marble halls, which once we dreamt of. Wave to the audience. A toilet and bath. Oriental Express goodies. And back out to let Mr. Bloor take us for lunch. And more coca tea, of which he's already had a glass and hasn't been here for 5 minutes. And out into the monastery corridors.
So here we are. The upper cloister.
It wasn't switched on, I've wasted all that time breathing in.
Of the Hotel Monasterio. A little look down. Not a good idea in the rainy season to have outside tables. There's the restaurant, where we think we might go for lunch. Artwork on the walls is original 16th century, so we are told.
As it's always the way in other people's countries, they really look after their treasures, hung elegantly on the wall, suspended with electric cable.
How elderly is this one?
This is 18th century.
I see.
And its author is anonymous.
Well, here's another view of Cusco in the rainy season. You see why it's called the rainy season. This is the Sunday market at Pisac. According to the Lonely Planet guide, still reasonably authentic, although most of it's tourist hat. But this is the main part of it, which is still the traditional food market.
Ladies in their Sunday best white hats. I can't find the £2 jumper stall. And this is the touristy bit of Cusco market. As you can see, Set in absolutely stunning surroundings. Can't see the tops of the snow-capped mountains because of the snow. Sorry, cloud. But there is tat by the barrow load.
Just amazing. Like I can save you 20 times a day.
And up at the top of the... Here we are at Antayama, which is absolutely stunning. But unfortunately the altitude has got to me, so Mr. Bloor is considerably higher up with the rest of our party. These are ancient Inca terraces, just to show how far the wimp of the party has got. That's the first stopping place. And others go up and up and up. A small group in the distance is Albert and friends. This is the intrepid Mr. Bloor, all on his own some. These are the granaries and storehouses, the wall of which is now completely converted into a bee farm by the local bees. In a valley, between the valley leading from Cusco and into Machu Picchu. Here we are at the top of Machu Picchu, actually in the sanctuary, waiting for the rest of our group to assemble. Now stage 2, having traversed all those steps, which is why the commentary is a little bit on the puffy side. These are all the storage huts and houses and shelters for the farm workers. And this is one of the typical Incan-built retaining walls. This is like their version of a rough stone wall, and used to have mud mortar in it, which has been washed out, but the wall still stands. And from the end here, you get an absolutely spectacular view across the residential side of the site. Below, if Mr. Bloor will stop staring at the view, below are the farming terraces, and then in the middle distance and even right at the top of Huayna Picchu, which you may be able to see, there's some little circle buildings. Of course better without the lens cap on. Well, here we are at stage 3, I think now, of the ascent, even higher up. Get a better view of the site spread below. Sun is now out. Mr. B thinking about taking a photo this time. Can't show how high we climbed this time, it looks high enough. At a post restaurant, I'm still stertorous breathing, but better than I was. The round room is the temple of the sun god, positioned as all these things are, so that the equinoxes, daybreak. Pause for yet another look. The place is utterly unbelievable. Made more so by all the mystery surrounding it that nobody really knows why on earth anybody in their right mind would build anything at the top of this, let alone at the top of there, which is even worse. 500 or 600 people lived here. There wasn't enough of farmland to keep them, so they still had to bring supplies up from Aguascalientes. The most sensible suggestion seems to be some form of ceremonial sacred place. Now resting on the way down from the top of the Machu Picchu site, and across there is most stunning rainbow, which I'm not sure whether it will come out on video. You can see it through the lens, but I'm not sure whether it will come out or not. The sheer scale of these mountains is quite formidable. And they seem to sort of thrust up out of the ground. The ever-present Mr. Bloor is in the way of my geological pontifications.
Cecilia B. DeMille, there we go.
You can see the stratification on the rocks as to where they're being formed. And so it's just absolutely, unbelievably grand, lad. And there's the grand lad himself. But where this is their back garden, they have every right to be, really. This is 4:30 in the afternoon. The sun will be going down in a couple of hours. And these are some quite radically restored. You can see buildings that were where the farmers lived. And these are the farming terraces. And across to the residential area where the farmers weren't allowed.
Well, here we are in the bar restaurant of the Machu Picchu Sanctuary Lodge. A sort of superior youth hostel at $250 a night. But nevertheless, very, very handy for Machu Picchu. Here is Madame Bloor doing the accounts. What do you think of the hotel so far, Madame?
Expensive.
And what did you think of yesterday?
Stunning, unbelievable, worth every penny of the extortionate rate.
Indeed, it's the only way to do it. 31 rooms in this little hotel. Quite pleasant. It's now run by Orient Express, but they've added kind of Orient Express menus and prices, but they're not allowed to expand fully, so rather limits them. As you can see through the window, perhaps, it's tippling down. Has been through most of the night. the mountains have been largely shrouded in mist this morning, which is a great shame. Over there is roughly where Machu Picchu should be, the mountain. Coming out of that mist is Machu Picchu. There would be no point at all going in there this morning. We had such a fabulous day yesterday. We thought to go in there for a couple of hours this morning just to reach around and sit. $20 each to do that. It would have been such an anticlimax, there's no point. So we're going to wait here now and get the bus down to Ayers Caliente. Bamboo River as we're moving along from Rantambo towards Cusco. See how muddy it is. Also how fast. All of that mud will end up in the Atlantic Ocean via the Amazon fairly soon. Now leaving the valley of Bamboo to enter the narrow gorge that leads to Cusco, rising quite steeply. As our late-running Peru rail train from Machu Picchu approaches Cusco in the dead of night, privately owned by a British company, by the way, the railway that is, not Cusco. You can see the Plaza de Salmas down in Cusco with the cathedral and the other church nicely illuminated. This is one of the switchbacks above Cusco the railway uses in order to climb and then later on return, obviously descend a great distance. Not all of the people hanging around are pleased to see the train, as they associate with rich foreigners. There's a fair amount of squalor around this part of Cusco. Here we are on a high point overlooking the capital city of Peru, Lima. As you can see, a fair amount of pollution in the air. That's one of 2 or 3 bull rings in the city. Holds about 20,000 people, we were told by our slightly eccentric guide. There's quite a lot of really serious poverty apparent in this city.
And this is also Lima, unbelievably. Parc del Amor, Gaudi style walls. It's an area called Miraflores, which as you can see is on the edge of the Pacific Ocean. This is 6 o'clock in the evening, still very pleasant. Mr. Bloor talking to John, our guide. Hotels, some high-rise-ish.
Oh, there's another that says
Here we are in the lobby of the Country Club Hotel in Lima. Rather a plush affair.
In darkest Peru.
In darkest Peru, where Paddington came from. Strange place, you know, they don't tell you what was on the room service menu and things like this, but otherwise, very, very pleasant place indeed. Skyline of San Isidro and Miraflores outside. Beautiful glass canopy. Flying over the Bahamas en route from Miami to Barbados to pick up the Clipper, courtesy of British West Indian Airlines. Slaves to diesel in the Nordam, no doubt enjoying themselves. Farewell Barbados. Not quite entirely under sail. The diesel motor seems to be running. The mainsails being unfurled. What a sight. wind taking it up a bit now. So here we are, approaching our own desert island called Sandy Island, which belongs to Carriacou, which in turn belongs to Grenada.
And as you can hear from the music, we're now on the island of Carriacou, listening to the reggae and watching the children. Enormous extortionate price Coke, but who can blame them? The bartender is working here for 6 months, and then he's going back off to Brick House in Halifax to carry on working as a dancer. Anybody who knows Brick House would find this highly unlikely, but never mind. How is your tropical paradise?
Tropical and paradisical.
Here we are in Grenada, sitting in the tender waiting to go. Whilst some intrepid sailor right down to the edge of the water. Cafes and shops, retail therapies for the afternoon. And here we are, Mr. Bloor with his Scream t-shirt. How are you enjoying the Caribbean, Mr. Bloor?
I'm enjoying it very well. Wonderful, it's warm. I'm about to have a Caribbean beer, which makes it even better.
Pint of Carib Draft, whatever that may be. And we are in the Nutmeg Cafe, overlooking Grenada Harbour. A very listing Southampton Star. With it, well, obviously emptying one side before the other. Very nice cafe. And here's the local ferry boat coming in. Carrying lunch. One enormous boat being given a very wide berth by the rest of the passengers, particularly the one on the back. View of Mr. Bloor has never been so seen. We're going to follow by going upstairs from the atrium to the restaurant, set out for dinner with them. Up into the piano bar, where you can see swimming in a pool of others. This is the piano bar. Nothing in the pot, huh? Mr. Bloor's bottle. Not being brave enough to come any nearer. Get his head under the water. And here we are now on deck, getting the view of the rest of Mr. Bloor. Ooh, this is more Bloor than we need to see. So if you would be willing to say a few words for the camera. How's the water? How's the water?
The water is cool, but nice and refreshing. on a beach in Tobago Keys. As you can see, the typical Caribbean sunshine is somewhere else. What do you think of it so far, madam? It's a pleasure.
Just like home.
It's a pleasure. You can imagine this place without the rain being actually quite nice. So, we just walk along, take a look at what's happening. Just brought a new live lobster, he's caught, on the barley at the back there. Restaurant staff from Clipper serving a sumptuous repast. Is moored, anchored just off the other side of that little island there. What's this? I think Joe's gone looking for conch shells and other things to beautify Noctorum Beach. This little rocky promontory appears to be substantially composed of discarded conch shells, which are gradually petrifying. Oh, madam, what's your explanation for this strange phenomenon?
It is the conch shell fairy has brought them all here and made them into a rocky bed for a rocky person.
That's as likely as anything.
Yes.
There we are, Royal Clipper, moored off Tobago Keys. And here is our intrepid British beachcomber. How's the beachcombing going? Good.
The rain stopped.
Yeah. At least it's warm rain here in the
It
Caribbean.
is warm rain, but it is still rain.
Ship makes quite a spectacular sight though, don't you think?
The Tobagan flag.
Yeah. Or whatever. St. Vincent.
Further along, this is the fish market in St. Vincent. We think this is the British High Commission because it's flying a Union Jack. And there is a black taxi outside the fish market. Mr. Bloor taking photos, concentrating. And here we are, at the back of the fish market. All these gentlemen with lots of hair selling their wares. Appear to be in a little bit of a bus station area as well as a fish market. We are in all places, in a bar, in Young Island Dock in St. Vincent. Young Island, clear water. Where the ferry comes in, which is of the same vintage of the African Queen, but prettier. No Humphrey Bogart that night. In Beckway, just coming up off the dock. And here's Mr. Bloor waiting for us. On a beautiful, pretty little shop front. Small road leading off into the distance. And this is the harbour we have just sailed into. And more shops and boutiques opposite in the opposite direction. A girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. And further along the road at Beckway, you find a small dog keeping cool, all on his own, nobody around. Lots and lots of yachts in for the yachting festival. And I managed to find a small bar, shade under a palm tree, overlooking this wonderful quiet bay. All the yachts. We do no more than just sit here, quietly watch the world go by. That will be fine. Still in Beckway. With our tender leaving without us, so we're now another half hour to wait. And our school has finished. Local football match going on. So we're going to be forced to find shopping to do or coffee to have. How have you enjoyed Beckway?
Beckway's been wonderful. It's in many ways been the best spot so far. It's got the Caribbean colour, the laid backness, the beautiful sunshine and everything today. It's just been so
And here we are in Marigot Bay, St.Lucia. And having seen ferries that were the age of the African Queen, we've now got one that looks like the African Queen. I think it's actually somebody's floating bedroom. This goes from the hotel into the neck of the bay where the taxis go to town. And as you can see, beautiful, beautiful bay. And allegedly the British fleet hid in this bay from the Spanish, by all crowding down the bay at the back here and covering their masts with palm trees, and the Spanish never noticed. It's stupid. Here is the floating room coming back again, bringing passengers in. he didn't mind sort of messing you around, tying these things on around you. And then he was saying, you can see what they look like. There's a department store behind us. Miller, you have a look in Miller. All right, so we were looking in the mirror of the department store window, basically.
Oh, yeah, right, I see it.
So we thought, right, yes, fine. Got back to the hotel, showing off where we bought and everything.
And we were able to arrange a full moon on top of many sails with a lot of stars, so I hope you enjoyed it. Sailing and navigation on Royal Clipper blend art and science. Art is the intriguing relation with the sea and the weather. Sailing into the sunset, a soft breeze filling the sails. The science of sailing is the safe navigation, knowledge and successful teamwork. Joseph Conrad, the famous writer of sailing, wrote about the soothing deep water ship routine. There is health in it and peace and satisfaction of the accomplished round. For each day of the ship's life seems to close a circle within the wide ring of the sea horizon. The combination of these charming features you hopefully experience this week. I'm afraid I'm not yet finished. Mesdames, Messieurs, je vous souhaite... What do I sweat? Une journée...